Let's go on the record. First, I would ask everyone to please mute themselves unless they are speaking. That will cut down on the noise level and prevent audio feedback. For the record, today is July 23rd, 2024. The Missouri Public Service Commission has set this time for a local public hearing to give members of the public a chance to comment about Holtgrewe Farms Water and Sewer Company's general rate increase application. And that's file number WR 2024-0343. The commission regulates the rates charged by public utility companies in Missouri to ensure that those rates are just and reasonable. The commission also regulates the quality of service and safety of operations of public utilities. As I had been mentioning, there are 5 commissioners. They are appointed by the governor and confirmed by the Senate. The commissioners employ a staff of engineers, accountants, attorneys, financial analysts, and other specialists in the field of utility regulation. Again, my name is Charles Hatcher. I'm the regulatory law judge that will preside over this hearing. And for the record, with me today are Chair Kayla Hahn and Commissioner Maida Coleman, Commissioner Jason Holzman, Commissioner Glenn Kolkmeyer, and Commissioner John Mitchell. The commissioners have not made any decisions in this case, and therefore they cannot answer any questions today because they have to remain impartial until after all of the evidence is presented. Let's go ahead and do our entries of appearance. Counsel for Holtgrewe Farms, please introduce yourself.
Tony Bequette.
Thank you. And for staff?
Casey Aslin for commission staff.
Thank you. And Office of the Public Counsel.
Anna Martin, representing the Office of the Public Counsel.
Thank you all. The process that we're going to use tonight will be to call the names that have pre-registered to testify. And when I call your name, go ahead and unmute. I will then place you under oath, ask you to state and spell your name, and then ask for your comments to the commissioners. If anyone did not pre-register to testify and would like to testify after the names that I have already registered, I will call for anyone else. So you have not yet missed your chance. The first name I do have on my list is Nicole Farrow. If Nicole Farrow would please unmute, and if they are on a phone, that is going to be *6. If you called in by phone like I did, that's *6.
I am on.
Excellent. Ms. Farrow, would you please state and spell your name for the record?
Yeah. Nicole Farrow, Nichole, and then Farrow, Farrow.
Thank you, Ms. Farrow, and I'm going to swear you in now. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. And would you please go ahead and give your comments to the commissioners?
I have had multiple billing issues over the almost 4 years that I've lived here. First thing, we get our bill through email notification, and we get a letter in the mail. And as soon as I get it, it states my bill is past due, even though it was just sent to me electronically. I have had instances where I was overcharged on my bill. One of the instances was in January of 23, and it took me about 3 weeks to get it resolved. I was overcharged 23,000 gallons, and whenever I called the Holtgrewe office, they were told that I probably had a water main break. That was the issue, and they were under the impression that we knew about it and got it fixed. And I told them I did not have a water main break. And then I was told after they reached out to Tony that is probably a toilet that was running nonstop, and that wasn't the case either. They end up sending somebody else out from his company to check our meter. Called me again, told me that no, it still shows that that amount went through your meter. So I emailed back and forth with Tony, and he told me go downstairs, check the meter, see what it says. If it's on there, we have to pay it, so forth. I went down there, and that's when we were overcharged 23 gallons. And I sent him a picture. Now he did resolve that, but we've just had multiple issues with the billing department. Anytime you call, no one can help you. I've also overpaid once before, and it did not go towards my account. So I learned very quickly not to pay anything extra on my account. And anytime we get our yearly statements, they're always messed up. Everybody in the subdivision's like, hey, did you get yours? Mine shows that I've got late fees, so forth. So it's just been a headache.
Thank you. I'm sorry to hear about some of those problems. Was there anything else that you wanted to comment on to the commissioners?
No, sir.
Okay. Are there any questions from the commissioners for Ms. Farrow? Okay, I'm not hearing any. Thank you, Ms. Farrow. You are excused from our virtual witness stand. Please remain on the line until the conclusion of the hearing, if you like. Our next witness I have registered is Michael McDonald. Is Michael McDonald there? And if you called in on the phone, that is *6 to unmute yourself. Okay, we'll circle back to Mr. McDonald in just a moment. Were there any other persons who would like to testify on the general rate increase request of Holtgrewe Farms? Are there any other witnesses that would like to testify?
Yeah.
I heard someone, if you could give me your name.
Yes, Logan Gillig, Logan Gillig.
Gillie.
G.
Oh,
Gilligan without.
oh, thank you. I'm sorry. Mr. Gilligan, please, I'll swear you in, and do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Please go ahead and give your comments to the commissioners.
Yes, so I would just like to comment that in the pre-hearing, I asked pretty simple questions of Tony, the owner of the sewer and water company, and we have multiple I don't know. So for example, I have asked him what his year-over-year expenditure increase percentage is. He can't answer that. I've asked what his capital outlays year over year are. He can't answer that. So I guess in summary, he's asking for a 50% rate increase. And he's also said that the reason he's asking for a 50% increase now versus smaller increments was because it was a hassle in the past. My view on it is, there's some people that may not be able to afford a 50% increase in their utility bills. And the fact that he's asking for a 50% increase now, as opposed to incremental increases in the past because of inconvenience on his end, that's not really the 40 houses in the subdivision's problem. Moreover, he's coming to things unprepared, and every year there seems like there's an issue. As the previous witness said, there's billing issues. We've had boil orders before. So it mystifies me as to why he's asking for a 50% increase. We've had complete shutoffs, etc. Along with that, I work in corporate America. I have to come with budgets and capital outlays and P&L information, profit and loss. And I would never come to a meeting and ask for a 50% increase in revenue or a 50% increase in budget and not come with how much my expenses have gone up. Tony could not answer that. He couldn't answer how much his expenses have gone up. He couldn't justify why. So that's what I got.
Okay, thank you, sir. Anything else? Okay.
Yes, I
Are
would
there
like
any
to comment
commission?
briefly, please.
Just a second. Are there any commissioner questions for Mr. Gilligan? Okay, hearing none. I think I heard a third witness who wanted to testify. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is
If you
Mike.
could tell us your name.
My name is Mike Grissom, Mikegrissom. I represent our.
Mr. Mr.
Sorry,
Grissom?
Judge, go ahead.
No, you're good. Let me go ahead and swear you in first. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yep.
Thank you, sir. Please go ahead with your comments.
Yes, Commission. I represent our subdivisions homeowners association. When we received this letter, obviously, I talked with a lot of neighbors about the, I guess, requested rate increases. And obviously, everybody feels a little bit differently about it. But the one kind of common theme that I think or the sentiment that everybody shared is just the surprise at the number, the 50% increase. I think most people felt like that was probably a little bit high. I think most reasonable people understand that you should expect any service you pay for over time to get more expensive. That's just the way the world works. So I would just ask the commission on behalf of the residents in Holtgrewe Farms to just take a really hard look at all the documents that Mr. Biquette has submitted, and just to make sure that it's equitable for Mr. Biquette and the residents.
Thank you, Mr. Grissom. Are there any commissioner questions for Mr. Grissom? Thank you, sir. I appreciate you testifying. I'm going to circle back to Michael McDonald to see if he is available. Is Michael McDonald available? Okay, and are there any other witnesses who would like to testify? I should say any other persons who would like to be a witness and testify. Okay, I think that will wrap it up. I'll ask one last time before we officially close out. Do the commissioners have any closing comments that they would like to make?
Yes, Judge, if possible.
Yes, go ahead, Chair Khan.
I just want to let our participants know how much we appreciate their input tonight. We know that they could be doing any number of things with their evening time, spending time with their family, but instead they chose time to give us a little bit more information about this case, and that is really helpful, and we greatly appreciate it, and we'll take that feedback into consideration. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Any other commissioners like to comment?
Yes, Judge. This is Commissioner Kochmeyer. I just want to echo the chair's comments and thank everyone for their participation this evening. So thanks again.
Thank you. And I would also like to chime in and thank our participants for their testimony. If you do have additional comments or someone who could not be present who would like to comment, you may still do that by making a written comment. And you can do that by going to the PSC's webpage, and that's psc.mo.gov. And on the upper right-hand side of that webpage is submit comments. And just make sure you put the file number in your comments. And that file is WR 2024-0343. And I'm sure you heard a presentation by the Office of the Public Counsel this evening. If you would like to contact them further, their email address is mopco@opc.mo.gov. That got a little tongue twisty there. I'll repeat that. That's mopco@opc.mo.gov. I want to thank you all for attending tonight. Thank you to the council and the staff members, and also to all the commissioners. This hearing is now adjourned, and we are off the record.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.